Welcome back to The Wonderful Life. We're Tim and Deanna. It's day 3 of our Western Caribbean cruise on the beautiful Celebrity Apex. Today's our first sea day, and there's so much to do on board. Let's see how much fun we can fit into our first day at sea. Let's go. Yeah, today we're up. Well, we were up to watch the moon over the ocean because it was a full moon, and then
we took some pretty pictures, so post those as well.
Yeah, the sun was rising over the other side of the ship, so the clouds turned a little pinkish around the moon until the sun's up. And is it even all the way up? I don't know. It still looks dark out there. But we're gonna go get a little.
We're gonna walk, actually. I need to walk off some of that key lime pie from yesterday. So we're gonna walk on the track, show you some footage of that, grab a juice from the juice bar, and then maybe a little breakfast, because it's only 7:15 right now.
Oh, pretty.
It is very pretty.
Sure you don't want a juice or something?
Not now. No, we have to walk first. Then we'll get juice and coffee.
All right. You just see what that looks like in the morning, so I know if it's a viable option.
Stop and those bars.
Cereal.
Yeah, I'm checking it out.
Like an avocado toast, it's like,
Banana bagel with peanut butter. That sounds really interesting. Fresh fruit.
Oh, it's really good.
Who else has?
That I can say. Obviously, we're still getting the layout. Or land of the, what do you say?
The lay of the
Lay of the land.
The land of the lay.
Yeah.
Which is Hawaii, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Look at that. Look at that just before it changes.
We could see it outside of, like, with no windows.
That's really something. That's like...
It's majestic.
Nature's the time to see all this stuff. That's why they call them sea days.
Go there's over there.
Okay, I'm just gonna go near the sculpture and such.
Okey
The magic carpet is up high today.
We got the side drink over there.
Really cool.
Okay, so cruise total. Our first 4 were on Norwegian. If we were up this early on Norwegian, we would see some activity, but not anywhere near the amount that we're seeing here. Yeah. Celebrity people, or I guess clientele, look way more active. They're exercising legit, very early. They're doing laps in the pool, and we're gonna watch them. Get onto the walking track.
We're getting a lot of walking in to get to the walking track. This is the road ahead. It's got an incline, which is kind of unusual. Always before that, ping pong.
Yep.
And a big face of some sort down by the pool.
Definitely off that on the ship, which we will be doing a tour of one of these days.
Look at that sky.
We're not runners, so.
We're more standers, I think, than even walkers. I think the walkers would even shun us.
We're walking.
And we're walking.
I needed to take pictures. My shoes are
Yeah,
off.
I'm gonna have to
Sweetie.
have you take your shoes off. You're making too much noise.
Morning.
There's a hot tub way up top, so now we know how to get to that one.
I don't know how long this track is or how many laps you need to do for so long, but that looks nice.
We can do that. I think I'm fit enough to sit in that. The retreat, we got a little view of that. It's as close as we're getting to that. Got their own little sun deck over there, which is quiet at this hour. See the rooftop of the solarium with the pool inside and the juice bar that Deanna said she wasn't ready for yet. And now I'm parched. And it's, I think just a little juice and I would be far more active this morning.
No one stopped you.
I don't know, there's viewers that can tell me that I'm correct. I was deprived of juice. Look at that sun coming up through the clouds there.
Four and a half laps equal 1 mile, so move it.
I think we did a few miles yesterday, so I think I've got a few already in the tank. The garden, which is kind of a cool deal. All the shrubs and plants and ground covers are living. They're not silk or plastic. A little bit of base, but other than that, yeah, they've got a sort of a jumbotron-y thing going on. You don't want to get run over, but I'll cross the running path to see that sun reflecting.
Pretty pretty.
All right, that's the runners there.
Well, that's a place path.
There. A little more garden. There's a lot of little intimate seating areas out here. The big jumbotron right above the plants there.
It's supposed to be like Indiana Jones playing today up here. Not a whole lot of kids, though, I'll be honest. I've seen maybe a handful total on the whole ship. So, this is a specialty restaurant.
The surefire way to find kids on the cruise is to try to have some alone time in a hot tub, and they'll be drawn to you. This is our wake.
Look at that view.
That's not too shabby. Pick up on our track where we were earlier. Take in some of the shrubbery.
Where is the grill area? Do you know?
I think people with squeaky shoes shouldn't be allowed on the track. It were up to me. I made the rules. And I'm thinking.
We made one lap though. Yay! Woohoo! We made it.
Early riser splashing.
Maybe it's underneath us. We'll have to find it. Alright.
Yeah, they watered down the walking and jogging path so that it's extra slippery this morning.
They are out and about and cleaning.
Yeah, I think the medical facility is kind of bored, so they want to create.
They want people to slip and fall. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they want some twisted ankles to tape and stuff.
Crazy. So we walked for a little bit around the track, which is very, very nice. I like the inclines on it. The ones on the Norwegian ships are basically just a circle around. However, the one thing that's on the Norwegian ships that we've been on that we really like is the waterfront. and it seems to go, literally goes around the entire ship. We have not found a space like that on the ship. I don't think that they have it. So we decided to pop over to the Spa Cafe and Juice Bar. This is an upcharge for the juice and smoothies if you don't have the premium package, the premium drink package, but it's not that much. It's only a few dollars. They have some food out. I got a half of a bagel with some peanut butter and bananas on it, which looks quite tasty. Looks like some blueberries too. And then I got the fresh squeezed orange, carrot, and ginger juice, which is good. I probably wouldn't get it again because it's a little spicy with the ginger.
I think they might even have snuck some ginger into the ice cream. It's an antioxidant smoothie. I can't show you because it's inside of a paper cup. I got some fruit.
Fresh fruit.
Fresh fruit. Sure, plate. There's
Feels very hot and humid today, so I will be venturing up to change into cooler clothes pretty soon. I have yoga pants on, and it's definitely warm for me.
right, and we'll get in touch when we finish this. We're not going to make you watch us eat fruit.
You're so awkward. Going to head down to the main dining room, which is Cosmopolitan for breakfast this morning. See if we can get in there.
That's probably crowded.
I'm sure it is.
Morning.
Morning.
For
breakfast.
Follow my colleague. Thank you. Enjoy. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Right after we had our smoothies and such this morning and fruit, we went for breakfast at the Cosmopolitan, which is one of the main venues. That was very good. Everything was really fresh. The bread is way better than I was expecting it to be. And my English muffins seemed like
Yeah,
they
my
made it
ride
on the ship.
my ride notes looked like it was homemade.
Yeah, the corned beef hash was surprising and good. It's a little different than I'm used to. Little green pepper in it. We went to one of the hot tubs at the top of the pool deck that looks kind of like a champagne glass for a bit. We went out on the magic carpet and had Bloody Marys. We went.
We do have some pictures of that we could show you.
Yeah, we went down to our pool chairs and hung out there and ran into some friends we met so far on the first day. I think we met.
The pool
some of
was
them.
very cool, so it wasn't like warm or too cold. It was perfect for the temperature just to cool off.
So we're having a quick lunch at Cosmopolitan because it's one of the only main dining room options, and they were about to close, so we rushed down here after we cleaned up at the pool. And I'm having I think it's a strip steak. It's really thin. I'll have to see. I asked for it to be kind of rare because I know how quickly these cook. We'll see how that is. Deanna got the duck.
It was a duck teriyaki.
Yeah,
we'll post some
don't have to
pictures.
videotape it, but we'll post some pictures of our food, and then we'll get back in touch after lunch.
Almost there.
We're just coming from a bar crawl that was organized by, the guy who set up a Facebook group. There's Facebook groups for each cruise, if you look really carefully. And what they do is, it's kind of a good meet and greet for each cruise you go on, where if you don't want to just have to start from scratch. There's certain people you have some rapport with, and then maybe you meet people through them.
Although there was kind of a meet and greet before on the very first day, but there weren't very many people there. There were a lot of people there today.
Yeah, so not only do they organize the bar crawl, they do a slot pull in the casino where, everybody will put a few dollars and then, the proceeds get divided amongst the group. But I guess in this situation, the bar crawl kind of overlapped.
Yeah,
the
so
slot pull.
we didn't do the bar crawl today. Normally we do, but we didn't do it today.
The slot pull. We didn't do the slot pull
sorry.
today.
I got my
She could tell
things
that she
mixed
said
up.
she does because
Sorry.
I think the pub crawl or bar crawl
affected her memory. But no, we went from what's called the Grand Atrium has a Martini Bar. We went there, and that carried over to the bar that's right along the pool deck. Somebody found a little area that was kind of comfortable for us all.
It's very nice.
So what's funny about this cruise is it seems like every other person or more is from Canada. So I don't know if this is a winter time thing for Canada more than it is the U.S. or maybe Celebrity Cruises.
Honestly,
is more popular
every cruise we've been on, we've met Canadians. So.
Yeah, but this is when the cruise director did a game along the pool side today. It was he just said, how many people are from Canada, and it was a big roar as opposed to any place else. So there's a lot of Canadians. So we met some great people. So the Facebook group thing, even though whether you're into social media a whole lot or not, it's handy because, and even in some cases, a lot of the travelers are solo travelers. So where do they start? Meeting friends on a cruise ship.
True.
So and they're not here to date necessarily. They're here to enjoy their relaxation and maybe have some good conversation. So that helps a lot to break the ice.
Quite a few new friends now. Hopefully we'll see them a lot more on board. We still have 4 more days left to this cruise. To backtrack a little bit, we did finish lunch in the Cosmopolitan, which was the main dining room that was open today. I had a seared duck breast.
You see that bar crawl?
I had a duck breast with teriyaki sauce and rice and some veggies, and Tim had a New York strip steak.
I had the strip steak, but the lunchtime strip steaks are so thin. So that's one thing.
Like a sandwich steak. Almost.
If you watch everybody else get their food delivered to their table and you see a steak that's this thin, if you don't want it to be hyper well done, you have to ask for it to be rare, and then you'll get medium at best.
Yeah.
When you're on a cruise ship like this one in particular, this is a sea day, so there's a lot of people with not a whole lot to do, and food is that much more important because they're not going to be eating at the destination. There is no destination, so we made sure to get to. There's always a buffet available, but in this case, we were able to get into the main dining room, which is
the main dining room is not always open on port days during the lunch hour, unless there's like a private event or something going on.
But we got in at the last minute on this one because we were
closing at 1:30 and we walked in at 1:30 and they sat us. So it worked out well for us. So there were several other cafes that were open, just not main dining rooms that were open for lunch today, unless you're in the retreat, which I know we've mentioned before, in the suites, and then you have specialty dining that's up there.
Okay. So so we went with what gave us, of course the buffet is going to have the most variety. But and Celebrity's buffet is a little more complete than anything we've seen.
It was very good the other day. So
NCL cruises we've done.
We'll have to do it again.
But we're spoiled with dining rooms. It's just more relaxing. You can always have a seat by the window if you ask. And they do serve wine at the buffet here, which is wonderful, but it's just a little louder.
I think you still need a bar package for that though, because they ask for your room number. So,
but so it is. We do feel a little more bougie.
Otherwise, you get charged
doing the main dining room. So what we're going to do now is there's dinner is
Tuscan, which is the Italian main dining room tonight.
So
there's 4 main dining rooms on the ship.
So the first one we ate at was a little bit, it's Mediterranean, but it leaned more towards Greek. That was Cyprus that first day. But I'm looking forward to a little Italian food. That's what we've been trying to steer clear of anything on the menu up until now.
That's Italian.
It's Italian because if we're already going to go to the specialty Italian. But what's next?
We're going to rest for a couple minutes and get ready for dinner. There are lots of activities tonight, lots of entertainment tonight. It's going to be kind of a crapshoot what we decide to do. And again, we'll probably still wind up doing our $100 in the slot machines and see if we could pull off another win, because otherwise we'll be down.
It's $100. What do you want to call it? $100 slot play of the day.
Yes, that sounds
that'll be. It's catchy, but I can't get used to it.
$100 slot play of the day.
It is also a tongue twister in a way. We're going to do that maybe a little sooner than later, because after you've exhausted
that
yourself
is true. Maybe we could do that before
on
dinner.
the ship, and you're pushing a button with bleary eyes and win or lose.
Very true. Plus, we might meet up with some new friends later in the club.
So until later.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
As the evening approached, we got ready, then headed down to the Grand Atrium for a special performance by the bartenders and officers at the Martini Bar. We've just come from the casino. Today's $100 slot play of the day finds us back up nearly $30. Before the evening's big show in the theater, we walked up to the garden to catch some of the Bears game on the big screen. The area around the main pool on Apex is especially relaxing at night and far cozier than on other ships.
Lord, let me find him, that I may see him, safe behind bars, I will never rest, till his eyes were, this I swear by the And so, Javert, you see it's true. This man bears no more guilt than you. Who am I? 2, 4, 6. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms. Barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. Di noi, dentro la nostra musica, ti ho guardato ridere e sussurrando detto tu stasera vedi sei perfetta per me.
Okay, hi everyone. So We are doing our recap of day 3 and the evening. It was our first sea day, or actually probably of the whole day itself. We've decided to, tonight we're actually going to try and do our recap for the day tonight. However, it's been, we've been tired at the end of the night, so we really haven't had a chance to do our recaps back in the room like we had originally planned.
Yeah, we're not as disciplined as some people.
Vloggers. We're getting it slowly.
But yeah, we're sitting down with some coffee at Cafe Al Baccio. I'll post a picture of my coffee and Deanna's second soft. I've already had 2 at the buffet, so.
Yeah, they're just mini ones. I'm assuming that it's going to be the same as it was when we were up in the buffet a little bit ago. Anyway.
So our dinner last night was at Tuscan. We had already done Cyprus, which is Mediterranean/Greek. Tuscan leans more towards Italian,
and it is another main dining room.
Since it's a main dining room, it also has the same items as every other main dining room, plus exclusive items that pertain to the theme. So, with the usual, salmon and chicken and things,
steak,
they have items that are uniquely Italian to that restaurant.
To dinner. We both stuck with the Tuscan exclusives last night. I did a Tuscan pork chop, which was tasty. It came with like some type of a fair. It almost looked like an oatmeal, but it wasn't oatmeal. It was like a maybe farro or something like that in a sun-dried tomato. We will be posting pictures right now. For appetizers, we did shrimp with Tuscan soup and a pumpkin salad, which was really good.
I got the carbonara. We've done 2 cruises to Italy, and we've been to Sicily, we've been to Florence, we've been to Naples, we've been to Rome, and I think you're not going to compare. No, I don't think any cruise ship could do justice to that dish. It was good, but not. The pasta wasn't necessarily al dente. The guanciale was so small that you could hardly.
It was okay. I tasted it, but it was a cream sauce. It was not an egg-based cream sauce by any means.
It was the poached egg on the top.
But it was well done.
Yeah,
it wasn't like
it was a little bit. It was a little bit of hard boiled yolk.
So I wouldn't have ordered that again. My pork chop was good, but again, it was just good. It wasn't excellent.
The funny part was there's an older couple. It's a small-ish restaurant because you had another 2-seat table right alongside us, and the older couple came and sat there. I think they're in Florida, or they live out of Florida now, but they looked at Deanna's pork chop and said, "How is that?" And Deanna said, "It's good." And so when they watched us a while, he changed his
order to chicken.
He went to chicken, and she ordered lamb, which I would have thought, well, that was more of a Cyprus type of a thing, but she was.
It was on the main.
She wasn't crazy about that either. She had ordered it with some mint jelly. And from the moment she asked for it, she hit a timer on her cell phone, and it got to 13 and a half minutes before the mint jelly came. But in the meantime, her husband was like 3/4 of the way finished with this meal. Well, we have microphones, so we'll let the talk through it.
Okay. Yeah, they were a very cute couple. Honestly, I think that was probably the first meal I was unimpressed with so far on this show. And I had high expectations for that restaurant because I was really looking forward to a good Italian meal, and I had heard really good things about it. But I don't know, maybe we're just a little.
I don't know. The bread was fantastic.
The bread was amazing.
The Chianti was better than the Chianti we had the night before at Eden. Still not as good as the wine we had at Cyprus. We asked about that wine, and they said they don't sell it by the glass in Tuscan. You'd have to buy the whole bottle.
Right.
We have the drink package, the upgraded drink package, so we can get the $14 a glass, but we'd have to pay the difference from the $17 for the whatever the bottle cost is. Supposing the bottle is
We only get 20% off of bottles.
yeah, if the bottle's $37, we still have to have $20 added to our onboard account.
And the dessert of the night was cannoli. Again, I think I don't know.
We're kind of spoiled.
I'm a little biased. I think I'm Italian, and we have great cannolis in Chicago, as well as we've been to Italy a couple of times, and it was mushy. And the cream part was flavorful, but I would not recommend.
Also, the waiter comes to the table immediately and asks to take your order, and we say, well, we'd like some wine. And they say, well, hold on, we'll take your food order, but we need the sommelier to come over to take your drink order. So,
which is fine, but there's just not enough of them to go around.
Yeah, so you see
Very
them
long.
trying to, every time they pour wine, they have to put a little in and they taste it, yes or no, do you like it? And so as quickly as they're trying to get through the whole restaurant, that they leave a lot of people just, frustrated, because you've got, like I said, the breads at all the restaurants are amazing, especially at Tuscan. I like all of the bread. But you have water to drink with it, which defeats the purpose, I think.
Exactly. Kind of want your wine a little bit before dinner.
And then, right as I was finishing my meal, the sommelier reappeared and said, how was the wine? It was great. Would you like another glass? And I said, definitely.
And he never showed.
He never came back. So, we had ordered coffee with dessert, so that was that. But, I was looking forward to that second glass. It's not intentional, I'm sure. It's just they're overwhelmed. We see a lot of that so far. With NCL, I don't know what the staff to guest ratio is, but it seems to be
And the sommeliers at
a much bigger
NCL
number
seem
here.
to be much more educated than what I've seen so far on this show. I kind of figured we'd be doing lots of comparisons since this is our first celebrity cruise.
After dinner, we went to the Martini Bar, correct?
We watched the show.
Yeah, we had to catch one of the.
It was very good.
2 shows a night where they have some, uplifting music, and the bartenders twirl bottles. We'll have a video on that. We got a seat with a decent view on like the second tier. And that worked out.
Yeah,
although
that was fun.
The crowd gets into it, and I tried to film over some of the dancing and arms waving. That's when it pays to be 6 feet tall. And I didn't want to block the view of anyone behind us, so you're always conscious of that. But you have 2 opportunities a night in most cases. It was 8 and 10, I think. So we caught the 8 o'clock.
There were several other shows last night. There was a show in the club with some of the main dancers and gymnasts and stuff that we had seen in the Eden the other night.
I saw I saw the line.
The caravan,
and the line went down the corridor. It was about a, 50-yard long line to get in, so it must be a good show. So, it's just we had a few. You can't see everything on the same night.
Right, we missed that one. Let's see. We did go to the main theater last night, and we saw a male vocalist tenor by the name of Jonathan Williams. He was on the west end of London when he was performing for like 20 years. I guess he was in one of the original Les Miserables, which was amazing.
He's out of Wales, so there's a lot of references to that. Also, a lot of name dropping of every famous
person.
Welsh,
yeah, exactly.
Actor, musician, what have you. And
but he was very, very good.
Very good. We were up in the balcony. It turns out they reserve most of the balcony for retreat guests. So, once the show's about to start, there's still space to let people in there. We were just behind that. There was a little bar, so we were able to.
It was perfect.
And very quick bar service of all places.
It was a great view, and we had that's the one thing I do have to say is the bar servers in general have been very attentive.
So we saw that show. I wanted to catch a little bit of the Bears game. They were playing that on like the big Jumbotron television where they usually show movies at night, and that was back in front of the Garden Grill.
So we watched a little bit of the football game, and apparently the Bears wound up winning, which is awesome.
Which never happens.
Yeah, exactly.
We knew we wanted to get to the shows, so we cut that short. That was just before the theater show. And then we went to Eden again. Mm-hmm. So this is our second time seeing a show at Eden.
Amazing. 2 men. I think that they performed in the theater the first night, but we missed that show. They're Branden and James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do a full stage production, but this is kind of pared down, but it's a little more intimate this way. I think they're
I love that
only
venue.
About 5 feet from the performers. It's just a gentleman on one side with a violin or a bass, I guess, almost like a cello, and the one at the piano, and he was the main vocalist.
And he had an amazing operatic voice. He was going back and forth from English to Italian, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they tried to show how rock music and classical music kind of have similarities. They blended. That was really worthwhile. Mm-hmm. I didn't order any drinks. I think I had water at that point, which was a smart move.
I felt a little dehydrated from the day, so we both drank water. But in general, we love the Eden venue to watch the shows. It's very intimate, and you can with all the greenery around. It's just very pretty.
Mm-hmm. So that was
a highlight.
What time would you say that?
The show started at 10:30 and ended at like 11:15. They had 2 standing ovations, these guys, and it was apparently their last night on board. They were disembarking today, permanently. I don't know where they'll be next, but we may have to look them up on the internet.
So yeah, the entertainment quality is very good here. We have 2 major shows to see still. And I wish that we could have seen Caravan before they were finished, but the costumes looked really great and the theming looked great, but I think that was going to be a packed house.
From what we were told, it was going to be like a Moulin Rouge show, so it would have been very nice to see, but we did see those same performers in the Eden a couple of nights ago.
And so, yeah, Tree of Life is still ahead, and there's a rock show that we'd like to see as well.
Yeah, and
documentary, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And hopefully, God willing, we can get to both. You can't undo if you miss a show on one of these. If it's not scheduled again during your sailing, in a way that gets you to just sail again.
But you have to admit, that's the one thing I do like about Celebrity so far, is all of the shows are very well timed. In general, you could really hop from show to show to show to show. Here, on NCL, a lot of times they just cross over and they're poorly planned, so you have to miss it completely.
Our kids have to think we're like hopped up on caffeine, because they'll say, well, what did you guys do tonight? We saw this show, we saw this show, we saw this show, we did this, we watched some of the football. And they are like, you did all of that. It's like 10 o'clock. You did the 3 shows and a football game and a martini thing, and you can do an awful lot if you know where to be and what time everything starts and ends.
And honestly, last night, if we didn't do the football game, if the Chicago Bears were not playing, we probably could have gone in to see Caravan and then still hopped over to see the other shows the way we did as well.
But we had to represent, even if it was just for the first quarter.
I think we were the only Chicago Bears fans up there.
we were the lone people going woo and clapping. Everyone turned to face
everyone
us.
We got some dirty looks. Anyway, we will kind of tag on, I think, a little bit of video that we took. Hopefully it won't get tagged by YouTube, but we did get a little bit of video from some of the shows we saw last night, so you can see what they were.
Yeah, if I filmed some shows in their entirety just because I didn't want to miss anything, so I don't want to just say, well, here's a snippet of the show and it's not necessarily the best part. You'll get a little bit of almost every song when I do that, just so that you get a better feel for if it's something that you would enjoy watching or not. Because a lot of shows or YouTube channels, we go, wow, I didn't get a good kind of, I don't know, a representation of what that show was, because they filmed the floor or the ceiling, or or each other, or no, you need to see it's particularly on celebrity shows with that big LCD or LED screen behind that adds some context to it or emotion.
At the very least, we'll post some pictures if we can't get the video up there.
They're
but
very good with their lighting and their sound.
Pretty amazing.
On this boat so far, like you're saying, boat.
Yes, it's a ship. Anyway, that wraps up last night.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified when new content comes out. Our Day 4 video will be out soon. The Apex is in Belize on Day 4, but we chose to stay on board and enjoy all the ship has to offer. We'll see you then, and as always, keep living the wonderful life.